Mob, Memphis over Bull live every Wednesday, 6 p.m. I am the custodian of Memphis. Do the dirty work. I'm your host, Ryan Holiday Patterson. You all know me. If you don't know me well enough, get to know me better. I didn't send notifications out this week, y'all. Just let everybody know. Hopefully the chat mob, if you turn the bell on, you'll come on in. Hey, as you all know, I don't have to tell you, you can read the screen, like and subscribe. Today's show. It takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child, to raise a city, to create a movement. It takes a village. And I don't think we're conscious of many of the things that we're doing, right? Many of the things that we're sharing, many of the things that we're saying. So the focus of today's show is the youth. Is the youth. Because there are many things. And I want to say this. Many of you don't know why I focus away from many of the things that you probably see on the local news. I know we use news clips on here. There's a reason behind it. Because it's not for your sanity. It's not for anybody else's sanity. It's for my own. I have to live with these thoughts. So the things that I read and the things I click on, the things that I share with you all, are things that I wouldn't want to see. Because we're drawn to the negative. We're drawn to the negative. Right? And if the chat mob should get the notifications, we're going to open the phone lines up tonight. It's been a good while since we opened up the phone lines. So we've today's show, like I said, I know you probably heard about some of these things. NLE Chopper had a toy giveaway. I was there. I came there. Had to show my face in the building. Ended up running into the good mayor of Memphis, Paul Young. Paul Young knows about the mob, you all. Tell a friend, tell a friend. He seemed very excited about the things that I told him that we were doing. So shout out to that brother. And we got many things to come in the future. But that was our energy. Laws of attraction comes from an education. So when that moment comes, I already know how to react to it. I'm not nervous. I'm not anything. I already know what I got to do. But anyway, we get into an NLE Chopper toy giveaway. Kia Shine, another friend of mine. Great dude, always been a real dude. Wanted to work with me when nobody else really wanted to and didn't want any money, really, He just wanted to work with me because he liked the song that I had. Anyway, great father talks about autism here. All right. Youth villages. Takes a village. The irony of that. Youth village abusing our own. I bet you it is our own abusing our own. And that's one of the biggest problems with the things that happen in Memphis, right? This is our city. These are our people. So many things that are happening are being done by our own, to our own, because they don't know their history. They don't know who they are. They don't know their calling. Everything starts from within. And all things we're seeing are the actions, are the battle that starts from within someone. They're just acting out. So I won't hold you anymore. We're going to get into this first clip because we got to share this. We have got to share this. If you're coming in right now, make sure hit the like button, subscribe to the page, turn on the bell. So I wanted to send you all notifications like I told you so many times. But yeah, it's all about the focus. Many things we don't understand that we're doing. The language we use, the things that why are we so drawn to the negative? We always tell people, stop being so drawn to the negative. There's a reason behind it. There's a reason why you're drawn to the negative, because every day, even by telling somebody good morning, it's a negative thing behind it. The job, going to work, it's negative. Things we do on a daily puts us in a mindset. And those the powers that be, many people that created the languages, created the jobs, created these industries, they know these things. And you're looking around like what's going on, but you spell words, right? You also cast spells. Many things you're seeing, spiritual battle. We'll get into it. First of all, let's talk about NLE, some positivity that we could use more of in this city.
This afternoon, Memphis rapper NLE Chopper helped bring Christmas cheer to the Parkway Village neighborhood. Of course, that's exactly where he grew up.
In fact, he helped hundreds of families who turned out today for his annual toy giveaway.
I wanted to bring everybody together today for this beautiful Christmas. I wanted to be able to share blessings with all of y'all. How many of y'all ready to get to the toys and stuff? I'm just living in my purpose, doing what God would want me to do. You know, he blessed me to be able to bless others.
Thank you.
Around 300 families received gifts Monday afternoon from Memphis rapper NLE Chopper. He hosted his second annual toy giveaway at McFarland Community Center in Parkway Village.
You want the pink one?
Each child received a toy and a book. Chopper says he wants to make sure that children, those who...
Gotta pause it there. Shout out to NLE, man. He gave him a toy and a book. We always ask for these things, but little do we acknowledge people for doing it, man. Shout out to him. I know you can find something negative to say about NLE Chopper. I'm not here for that. Shout out to him for giving the book and the toy. Now it's on the parents who make them use the book.
Those who are less fortunate have a Merry Christmas, and so do their parents.
Helping the parents too, because you know how hard it is for them around this time. So, you know, taking that burden off their back as well.
He says he hopes his charity inspires others to do good in our community, something Mayor-elect Paul Young echoed.
These are the types of feel-good moments that I think our city needs, and we want to replicate it all over the community.
The book portion of today's giveaway ties into another important push by NLE Chopper. He has visited schools across the city of Memphis, challenging students to read more.
What are you doing? We see what NLE Chopper's doing. It's all about taking control of the community, right? 1 second, you all. But yeah, major, very good story. Chat Ma, what it do? Ricochet. What's up, my guy? Yeah, man. NLE, that's his second toy giveaway. And we want to know, many of us asked, who's going to take the place of Lil Flip? I said, Young Dolph. I don't know why I said Flip up trip. Yeah, who's going to take the place of Young Dolph as far as being a pillar in the community? And so far it has been NLE Chopper. And it could be a lot more rappers too, but so far, young NLE is doing good. They had that was at Cottonwood Community Center. It's my first time going there. But I'm sure the kids were very thankful for what he did. All right. And we're going to, start it off because before we get to the new, I want to keep you all updated. There's a reason behind some of the things that you see, like I said. And they're conscious of it because there's a big budget to in Memphis that we aren't getting. People from our community are not receiving the funding for many of these contracts in Memphis. And they know this, but we don't know anything about it. We don't care about that. We're too busy watching, what you call it, Housewives of Atlanta and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, they slide these things in right under our noses. Anyway, let's get to this. Kid Shine, man, I got so much, the utmost respect for what he did, what he came on news, what he spoke about, and his battle as a father, and what he's doing with his wife. It's just, man, shining a good light on people from this city. Like I said, it takes a village, but we don't even know about the good people in our village that are trying to change things. Oh, there are many people in Memphis that are trying to change things, but you never hear about it. I wonder why. Think about it.
Netflix to Hollywood feature films. Memphis will always respect his fresh. And where it all began, his breakout song Crispy, along with his writer credit on Drake's 5-time platinum hit Best I Ever Had. Today, we welcome the talented rapper, producer, songwriter, and actor, the Kia Shine. Good morning, Kia
Good
Shine.
morning. How are you?
You are looking all vibrant
Man,
and
listen, it's that season to look vibrant, man. It's that season, man. It's that time to be vibrant, man. I love Christmas and this holiday season.
I hear you have been like Santa Claus all over town.
Yeah. It's been a great situation. We've had the Gift to Receive program that we've been running with my wife and our nonprofit, Autism Advocates, and it's been super cool. And we've been able to touch the students in the Memphis City schools area. We've had touched probably like 15 different schools.
Wow.
That we're doing this week. Total of about 161 students, about 23, 24 teachers. What we're doing is we're gifting Kroger gift cards so that, food is expensive right now, seriously. So we're gifting Kroger gift cards to all of our autistic kids as well as their teachers and caregivers this entire week, as well as doing gifts for the sensory rooms that are in each of these schools, because when you have a child with autism, the sensory room is a very necessary tool. So we're gifting gifts for that as well. So that's what we're doing this entire week.
This is your beautiful son. I
Yes,
can't
it
wait
is.
to meet Queen when she's here next.
Yes, indeed.
Tell me how autism in your personal life has impacted just how you live and what you do with your life.
I mean, for us, it's autism, and this nonprofit, Autism Advocates, isn't just a nonprofit. It's something, we wake up with autism, we go to sleep with autism. So for us, Jameson, my little, where is he? Here's my camera right here. My little inspiration for my situation right there is 13 now. And with him, he has inspired us to do this because we are his voice. My son is nonverbal, you know what I mean? So we are his voice, and we want to get out here and use our voice to be able to bring awareness and inclusion to the autism community. We believe that we are different, not less, and we all blessed by the best.
Oh.
There you go. There's a rapper, successful, black man from the community, active, married, from the city, with a great cause. You gonna talk about that? You're gonna focus on what happened on downtown last week. But I know.
I love this. We didn't know that we were going to get, some freestyling in here.
Oh man, come on. Man.
You can't help it.
I gotta do it.
So tell me about what changes and improvements. I know that your wife, Queen, has spoken about needing changes in legislation.
Yes. I will say that the Shelby County Commissioner's Office has been very supportive over there, and we just want to see more inclusion for autistic children. As far as the curriculum, no child is the same as on the spectrum. So we want to just for the curriculum to address autistic children. You know what I mean?
Okay, your podcast.
Yeah.
So I have to go, talk about your career. First of all, I saw you in They Clone Tyrone.
Yeah.
I mean, you're everywhere.
Yeah.
Talk about your, what's next for you. I know the podcast is here,
Yeah.
Kinfolk.
We have the Immediately Kinfolk podcast. Oh, my train came off here.
Thank you. I'll take that.
I'm going to get that to you. My Immediately Kinfolk podcast is one podcast that we have with my co-host, Jerome Fang. And I'm going to put that on you.
It's kind of heavy. Whoa.
We have a great podcast, man. We're going to Tubi with it, actually, the first quarter of 24. But, yeah, man, we have a great podcast. This is a fun, we have different segments, Coffee with Kinfolk. We have Immediately Kinfolk. We have Immediately Yes, Immediately No. You know what I mean? Just some cool vibes, real good conversation, inspiration conversation with a lot of artists, actors, producers, stuff like that.
Wow. And there's one thing I do want some parents to. I'll keep this. There's one thing if we could talk about while you give me your jewelry. Yes. What is maybe a sign that you saw with autism?
Early.
What was the early sign that you knew?
Well, one is now we got your bling going.
I think this is maybe the most important part of his interview, though, because we don't really know the signs of many conditions, right? But he's talking from firsthand experience, so it's just something to take note of. That we act like we're ashamed to talk about these kind of things, but yeah, we talk about the results.
Going on here, see that GR is gifts to receive, and that's what I program. So basically, one of the early signs that I did see was just the failure to make certain milestones. You know what I mean? That's what you want to look at, and then also eye contact. You know what I mean? We wasn't getting certain eye contact from our son, and a lot of times, certain parents are in denial about their child when they see something that is different, you know, but we wanted, my wife, you know, the queen, got very proactive in this. I mean, like I say, you see me here talking about it, but she is the leader and she's a beast when it comes to this thing and making sure that, you know, things are right. And she just took the initiative, man, and we found out when he was 2, right around when he was 2 years old, that Jameson had autism, severe autism, nonverbal. And it was hard, it was difficult, but we have taken what we feel like there was no mistakes. God blessed us to be his parents. So, okay, there's no mistakes in that. This is what he did. So, okay, no problem at all. And through time, they say if you want to be something great at something, 10,000 hours. Well, we've been dealing with autism for the last 11 years, you know, so now what we want to do is be able to give the knowledge and wisdom and things that we have learned and the lessons we've learned to other parents that may be in the same scenario as us when they get their diagnosis, you know?
And so how, very quickly, we're going to put on the screen again just how people can get involved. We have 11.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so they can just go to
AutismAdvocates.org.
Okay.
AutismAdvocates.org, AutismAdvocates.org.
Okay. All right. I want everybody to respect my fresh.
Oh, yeah, you see her right there, man.
Yes.
Look at that, man. Ooh, she's blinging. Give to receive.
All right.
Give to receive.
All right.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Kia.
Yeah. Good look, shine. Good look. I know you're like, you gonna let Shine promote his podcast on your podcast? He ain't I don't give a damn about that. It's all about the cause. It's all about the movement. That's what I represent. And like I said, shout out to him. And one of the main things he said, I think that I said that segment, that part of the interview was important. Denial. See, I come from the community. I'm speaking to myself on a lot of these things. And most of, like I said, most of these issues that we're having are internal. So most of it is somebody did something to my brother. Or my sister was hanging out with them and he did something to him. That's kind of denial when you already have a history of mental health issues in your family. But do you know your family? Can we have these discussions? That's why it's so important to know your own and know your history. But yeah, because imagine that child, his son or his daughter, well, it's his son rather, in a situation where he didn't have those parents that were doing what they're doing right there, right? That's his village, and it takes that. It takes us all. And but yeah, that's shout out to Kia Shine. Like I said, man, yeah. Well, you know, we kind of talking cleaning up at our own house. You talking to the custodian, the dirty work. So yeah, I'm with all that. All right, now here's another issue though that pisses me off. Right, many people take the things, the topic, and the histories that I talk about as, oh, you're blaming the white man. If you think I'm blaming Todd that works at FedEx Forum, that works security at FedEx Forum for the issues that we're facing today, you are an idiot. And you know nothing about history. Now, if you understand that I'm talking about the history of this country and how we got here, then okay, let's have a discussion. If you think I'm just placing blame on slavery and all those things, nah, bro. There are many things that have happened post-slavery that I focus on. But the people that say that aren't very about things. So I had to address that before we went to the next topic. Yeah, because many of the issues that we're seeing right now, people can't figure out it's poverty. We need reparations, man. Yeah? And see, everybody's always talking about money. No, we need repairing of things, the damage that's been done, that's been documented, has been admitted within this city. Not just this city, within this country, but we're focused all about Memphis over Bull right now. I want you all to pay attention to this next clip because, all right, we understand that in Memphis, we are the majority. We're a minority in the country where we represent the majority, right? The majority of Memphians. Yet, all of these contracts come here for billions of dollars. There's a budget, I think, of $1.6 billion for Memphis. And all of these small businesses, like, you have architecture, you have design, you have all of these things that they can do, painting, floor modeling. All of these businesses are Black owned, right? And, we have many, we have white owned businesses too, but they represent the minority here. But why are they getting all the contracts, you all, when it comes to the city? You can't tell me that the Black-owned businesses don't want the contracts. See, this is the thing I'm talking about. When I talk to those people that say, are you blaming the white man? Like I said, I'm not blaming Todd that works security at the Starbucks, bro. That's not what I'm doing. But I am blaming this because this contributes to families going through what they're going through, right? And it's a serious issue. And I don't think many people know about it. Right. We'll get to that. Check this out. Check this story out. Why aren't the Black-owned businesses getting the contracts from the city, you all? Check this out.
Thank you. It's become a standard question at the Shelby County Commission meeting when reviewing companies recommended to get county contracts. What's the minority makeup? It's a question often pushed by newly elected members of the commission.
So here we go again, that a white male-owned business is able to get the $500,000 on our watch. It's not adversarial. It's just literally at this point a broken system that only serves the interests of white males.
At one commission meeting, Commissioner Brittany Thornton questioned.
I gotta pause. Like, at this point, are you still blaming the white man? Are you still reading any books? Right. And see, the worst thing that happened in this country, I feel like, was, hey, white men saying, hey, I know a guy. Right? That's the whole thing. I'm not knocking them. The thing that hurts us is that we don't understand it and we don't do it. We're not able to do it, first of all. And when we do it, something happens. But yeah. Shelby County and minority contracts. And that word, minority, depends on where you are. No matter where you are, you're still Black. Remember that.
Questioned the purchasing department about the minority makeup of every contract that came before the commission.
So this is a huge issue because all up and down this agenda today, we have seen clear systemic breakdown.
Thornton says she wasn't even aware of the disparity issue before she got on the commission.
It's documented. About 55% of Shelby County is Black. How much is the spend in Shelby County with Black people? Generously, less than 10%. That's a generous figure.
The numbers have been a sticking point in Shelby County government.
Really? 55% gets 10% of the contracts. I wonder why. Somebody tell me, the ones that always tell me I'm blaming the white man and Black people should take accountability for what they're doing. I agree with that. But we got to figure out how we got here first, though, right? I'm with it. Oh, many people do not like her, by the way. Some of these groups in Memphis, y'all gotta start joining, bro. Don't just join the groups with us. Go join the groups with all people of all cultures from Memphis. And watch what they're saying about some of these people that pull for you.
Government for years and even led to some lawsuits. Right now, we're told only about 7 to 9% of county contracts go to minority and women-owned businesses.
I want you to see that, Mr. I take up for the white man, or I'm critical of white people. I want you to see that. This has nothing to do with individuals. It has everything to do with an agenda that you have to be aware of. That's why I say educate yourself then you won't need anybody to tell you anything. You'll know these things on your own. And as soon as you see them, you can recognize it.
I mean, it's insulting to me again.
And my number one priority.
Shep Wilburn heads up the Office of Diversity and Compliance for the county. He is now overseeing the county goal of reaching 25% minority and women business contracts, with a caveat.
The new process involves setting a goal on a project-by-project basis based upon the availability of women and minority vendors to provide that service or to perform that task. So for some projects, we will have goals that are 0, and for some, we will have goals as high as 49%.
But what we also heard time and time again at commission meetings is that minority business owners were filling out the request for proposals issued by the county, but not following through to the end and ultimately not getting the work.
It was brought to our attention.
That concerns new county commissioner as well.
Many of these individuals are just trying to have a better quality of life, but they can't when we're not allowing them or they are not at the table and a part of this process. So,
better quality of life. Many want a better quality of life. This trickles down to many families. I mean, one person getting a major contract affects a whole entire family of people. Just ask the men that are getting these contracts with the city. You don't have to worry about, hey man, am I gonna get 5 customers a day to support me? When you have a contract supplying this company that's owned by the city, it's guaranteed money. I'll favor for, hey, I know a guy. Oh, I got my nephew who owns a donut shop down here. You're buying desserts or whatnot. Hey, man, they're gonna suggest that company. Hey, I suggest we need a new ceiling in here at this company, right? Hey, I know a guy. It's like, okay, get him in. What does that happen? It could be 5. They could be 5% of the population, and they would still get 75% of the work through that system. Right? Think about it. Right. Yeah, I like Charlie. Is it Caswell? I like what he's saying. Very conscious of what he's saying. You can tell where he comes from. You can tell it doesn't take long. You hear what people are on. As soon as they open their mouth, you know exactly what they're on and what they're about.
I believe if we help build up generational wealth through entrepreneurship and helping these business owners, we're going to help more minorities in this majority county to become successful.
Which is why he pushed for his district to be one of the first to get certification training on how to become a vendor with the county.
And it's a nationwide database.
Saturday sessions like this one were held all over Shelby County, with business owners learning how to increase their visibility, get certified, and become a registered vendor with Shelby County. And don't just think of it as construction or building projects that the county has available. Shelby County does a lot more. And for just about every action or department, there's an opportunity.
To building, health department buildings, to the jail, renovations and changes, to courtrooms, to supplies and office supplies, even just something as simple as coffee.
So we got a $1.6 billion budget, and we got over 6,000 employees. That's a lot of toilet tissue. That's a lot of paper. That's a lot of many things that we're missing out on that I feel that we can give these individuals an opportunity to get.
Business owner Ellen Isaacman knows it can make a difference.
Every little bit of new business is what we live and breathe on, you know.
Her company, Good Advertising, recently got a contract to do marketing and graphic design for Shelby County.
We're thrilled. It's a foot in the door, and that's all we wanted.
She encouraged.
See, here's the thing right here, though, right? I understand. I don't care how you all feel about it. To make women, white women, the minority is... That's the minority you choose. I mean, there are many women of other cultures you could have chosen, though, bro. But they chose who they chose to give the money to. It's funny that she still represents a minority within a minority. She's a double minority. So I guess that's why they did it, right?
Encourages business owners to get certified with the county and find ways to work together.
They really encourage that for the smaller businesses. If we don't get like a really huge contract and another company gets a big contract, then contact the people who got a big contract and say, hey, can we help you? And Shelby County loves that.
And we talk about equality.
Meanwhile, Brittany Thornton says she will continue questioning every contract and pushing to increase minority participation.
Now I have people in my district and beyond that say, keep probing, keep asking questions. Here's context for why.
April Thompson, WREG News Channel 3.
So, I mean, I hear all the things that they're trying to do to fix, but I want to know, my first question would be, why in the hell in the first place, though? You can't tell me that all of those Black-owned businesses aren't being run correctly. I'm not saying that all are. I'm saying, to that point, how do you get 7 to 9% of the contracts? You know how you do it? No one cares. It's unbelievable. Imagine if the roles were reversed, right? And you had a predominantly white city. Open the phone. I never know who wants to call this to open the phone lines up while I'm talking. Yeah, say you take a predominantly white city, right? And they're giving all of the contracts to blacks, to 10% or 15% of blacks in it. Do you think that shit would fly? Do you think that would fly? Phone lines are open 901-667-0779. I did tell you I will open the phone lines up if you feel like you want to touch on some of these things. Yeah. Tell me that. Tell me that. How does that happen? Is that just randomly done? And then things like this happen, no one's there to be held accountable. Who's there to be held accountable? We know they have people in place to fix things. They always go back 5-10 years ago. We're going to fix things. We're going to fix this. We're sorry for apologizing, like I told you all last week. But who's responsible? Who should our people be upset with? Because we're always upset with each other. We know how to do that. We know how to blame one another. But when it comes to things like this, it's always like, we don't believe that this is being planned out. And I told you all many, many times that Memphis is a project. Not the projects, but an actual project. And many things get tested out here before they're placed in other cities and other places with predominantly black people. But Memphis has such a foundation. Yeah, things are tested. And that's being tested too. The fact that you are how distracted you are, that's all being tested. All right. Like I said, we focus on the youth and the village that is. But I had to share that. I was wondering, like, man, how could we not get more of the contracts? Because the things you see, you can't just say it's primarily like poor people do these things, but it's driven by the hunger for money. And there's a bigger issue there with the thinking of people, thinking that they need more than they actually do from the images that they see. But yeah, now it takes a village. Now you got Youth Village, right? Youth Village got some kids that are talking about they've been abused. And Youth Village whole purpose is Youth Village is the force for families. They always promote that they help troubled kids out. And if you don't have, if your parents aren't there for you, we'll help you out. And this is something that happens in Memphis a lot, with people having grants, people having organizations for children, and it's always for like, are you abused children seeking help? You always have to watch those organizations, bro. That's what they want, run these rings. I don't want to get flagged for saying the wrong thing, but yeah, they run these rings, and they aim at troubled kids. Just think about the Sandusky situation in Penn State. But yeah, youth villages. And it takes a village, ironically. Check this out. Ben Crump is back, by the way, you all.
New and right off the top tonight, 2 more people are coming forward claiming they were abused at youth villages. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Richard Ransom.
And I'm Pepper Baker. Now, those allegations follow the case of 17-year-old Allegan Jones last month. She died in the hospital after a medical emergency at Youth Village's Bartlett location.
Now, our Stefan Reels is here with details on what these new allegations are all about. Stefan, what have you learned?
Well, Richard Pepper, this afternoon, Lawrence and Latrice Johnson laid out what they claim happened to them during their stay at youth villages. Allegations saying the siblings saying they were too afraid to tell until now.
My name is Latrice. I am 19 years old.
With that long, deep breath, Latrice Johnson came forward Wednesday claiming she was abused by Youth Village's staff members. Johnson also claims she was refused meals, she was stopped from washing her face, and she was restrained unnecessarily.
I wonder by who, though, right? Think about this. This is also another issue.
Smacked in the face by a staff member. I was beat up by a staff member.
Her brother Lawrence also alleges Youth Village's workers knocked him unconscious.
I recall when I was at the hospital, it was being told I fell off of a table. I was being very delinquent.
Now 19 years old, the Johnsons are being represented by civil rights attorney Ben Crump. He and his team say they're collecting information on top of the death last month of 17-year-old Allegan Jones after a medical emergency at Youth Village's Bartlett location. Crump wants a deeper investigation by authorities.
Brain bleeds just don't happen. People walking down the street. If nothing happened wrong to Allegan, they should show that video. Shut us up. Shut me up. I mean, transparency.
And this afternoon, Youth Villages released a statement saying child abuse and neglect are not tolerated under any circumstances. Allegations of abuse or injury are taken very seriously and reported directly to Child Protective Services. Any allegation is thoroughly investigated by third parties. Many of the statements and comments circulating continue to be inaccurate and misleading. Youth Villages also says it sets strict hiring standards for each worker and they must pass extensive background checks. Richard Pepper.
Yes. So yeah, that I was only focused on that, like a little bit negative, bit of the negative, but it's something on the kids and how it's conscious of how much we gotta protect our children, man, and be conscious of where we put them. Just because they say, "Hey, we're here to help the kids," doesn't mean that they're there to help the kids. You can't just drop them off. I wonder if they tell their parents when it happened. Right? I guarantee you those were our own that did it. But it's a terrible thing, bro. Youth Villages is now under a lawsuit. Ben Crump once again. How many lawsuits does Ben Crump have in Memphis, man? This man has got to have a house here. He has got to. All right. Okay. This is we're gonna talk about this, right? Maybe I should have shared this at the beginning of this video. I don't know how long. You know, the attention span of people is so short nowadays. Y'all see the number. Yeah. I'm not gonna play the entire thing. I just want us to be conscious of, I want to show the value of an education, right? The value of knowing. The value of knowing, to know oneself and know which, the power of the tongue, all of these things. Just from, like I told you, the days of the week is a negative thing in America, in the English language, right? But if you don't know the language, you don't know anything, you're empty. You can be controlled. This. Frequency, vibration. Tesla wrote this. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Right?
The tongue is the most powerful part of the human body. That's why it's considered the most dangerous weapon in the world.
Another pause. The tongue. Now, the only thing that can withstand the power of the tongue is powerful mind. Because without powerful mind, the tongue will control you. And even you, without knowing what you could do, the tongue will control everything. The whole galaxy, the whole universe, which is you. Check this out. These are things that are known by the people that are creating textbooks, that are making programs and doing all of these things and designing neighborhoods and cities and all of these. They know these things. And to know these things makes you educated. But to not even know that you need to know these things makes you uneducated and illiterate. Right?
A sword can cut the body, but a tongue can wound the soul. Although your tongue has no bones, it is strong enough to break a heart. The tongue has the power to stir up hatred and start wars more than any other weapon on this planet, because words trigger actions and emotions. That is why it is written, death and life are in the power of the tongue. When you express yourself verbally or through writing, whether you are conscious of it or not, you are effectively casting a spell. Throughout our education,
so when we're talking about these things that went on the news and the images that we saw yesterday, and someone shot and a child did and somebody robbed, aren't you creating your own universe and your own reality? Don't we wonder why we continue to see the things? That's why they continue to show you these things, because you don't know to not even focus on the negative. You don't know that it's controlling you. You're thinking it's affecting somebody else when you're talking about them, but it's affecting you directly in this city. The worst thing I feel like that probably happened 20, 25 years ago, DJ Paul coming out on that 3-6 Mafia song, because maybe it went over the adults because they weren't playing the music, but the kids all remember. I'm from the city where they love to hate. I'm from the city where they love to hate. And everybody kept repeating it and repeating it. And now, look where we live. And that's not even true to it, but it's the feeling. You can feel it. That the idea, the mentality of Memphis is, man, this is a negative city, man. Ain't no haters here, bro. Man, you can make it in Memphis, you can make it anywhere. It's always negative. Anyway, you're drawn to it. You've been programmed for it.
educational journey, we learn the art of spelling and writing. Interestingly, many words within the English language possess dual meanings.
Now, I want to show this. Yeah. With a purpose.
To spell a word is akin to casting a spell, while writing is a form of engaging in a rite, a ritual of communication. This connection from the fact that when we write the letters of a word, we are essentially participating in a symbolic ritual. Moreover, the term grammar finds its origins in the Latin grimoire, which refers to a book of spells.
So, you've all seen the show, I believe it's Grimm. No, I stopped it on purpose. Yeah. You all seen the show of Grimm, right? And he takes souls and he checks for demons and souls and whatnot and all of those. Yeah, so Grimm Grammar comes from the book of Grimm. Am I still froze, y'all? Y'all holler at me. Okay, they said we back, we good. But yeah, it comes from the book of Grimm. So grammar. And that book is full of spells. Everything cool, y'all holler at me. I'm back, we back rolling. Chat mob, you got any? If I'm still pausing, I'm still freezing. You know the powers that be don't want me getting this out. But yeah, grammar comes from the book of Grimm. So it's all spells. So when this language, America's a new place. So all of these things were designed with you in mind. And then look, this is why I always go back to the book of Eli. The children don't even know, let alone using the words wrong, they don't even know how to read right now. They're making sure that a vast majority of children don't know how to read. They're being put in, CDC or whatever you want to call it, resource classes. They're trying to dim them down, and they're giving them a phone, a cell phone, another word, body full of cells, that's life, and you die in a cell, and a cell phone. It's a cell. It's simple, bro. Once you open your eyes to it, you can never go be blind again, right? They can never fool you.
Therefore, to construct a sentence is tantamount to crafting a spellbinding formula. It's worth noting that the act of spelling out a sentence is akin to sentencing someone to be influenced by your words. The truth is, we all wield a form of magic, whether we acknowledge it or not. Each time we utter words, we are subtly casting our personal spells. At the heart of this concept lies the profound understanding that words are not mere sounds or symbols. They are vehicles of intention, energy, and creation. Just as a master artist wields a brush to life, we too employ words as tools to shape the canvas of our reality. This power, rooted in both psychological and metaphysical realms, transcends linguistic and cultural boundaries, making it a universally applicable principle. Consider the difference between saying "I am capable" versus "I can't do it." The former cultivates a sense of empowerment and agency, while the latter instills doubt and limitation. This linguistic distinction extends beyond individual perception, influencing interpersonal dynamics and collective consciousness. Words possess the power to uplift or dishearten, to motivate or discourage, all of which ultimately shape the course of our lives. The cymatic frequencies that emanate from your vocal cords have a direct effect on the ether of space-time. Somatic frequency and vibration are responsible for everything in the third dimension. This is how everything was called into existence. That same frequency is inside of your body and has given you the capability of becoming a co-creator in this universe.
Speaking of co-creator, not God, but a God nevertheless, because you can create your reality. You control everything around you. These are the things that I want taught to our children. You got to make it exciting. Trust me, the way that they're teaching things is just boring them, and that's purposely done. But to figure this out, that I can control things, I can be a superhero just by words, yeah. You don't have to, be the strongest man or woman in the world, but you understand language. And misunderstanding is being used on us. This is a spiritual battle. It's a war going on outside. Are we conscious of it, though? Like I told you, many of these things are being used on us. Because we don't know. We share things. We check this out. Ha, look at this. Look at him. Then we talk about the people. Why are all these people on drugs? They just put that in your face. You choose to focus on that. You could come here and we focus on positive things, but this probably ain't the news for everybody, which it really is. That's why I don't have 4,000 people in here watching. You got to think, if I was doing something ignorant, if I was only sharing the ignorance that you saw about Memphis online, Imagine how many people would favor that. Y'all folks think I'm trying to go viral. What I know, when you go viral, that algorithm, look at that also, algorithm, frequency, music. Keep that in mind. We'll get to that. But you paying into that algorithm, if everything's going right for you, you're pushing that agenda. You're pushing that agenda that they need you to push. Right? But when you're not, it's an uphill battle, but you have to stay true to oneself, and the God is within you, tell you what to do, or you can listen to the other one. Both are inside of you, man. That's why I'm trying to teach you all that they're lying to you about this old magical world. You're looking up and you're looking down. And all you got to do is look within. You need nothing else. Nothing. Nothing else. It's the tongue versus the mind. That might be next week's show.
When sound frequencies are applied to substances like sand or water, intricate geometric patterns emerge. This phenomenon illustrates the tangible impact of vibrations, suggesting that the vibrational energy carried by words can similarly influence our surroundings and experiences. The concept of the power of words finds a compelling connection with the law of attraction, a popular metaphysical principle. This law posits that the energy we emit through our thoughts, emotions, and words attracts corresponding experiences into our lives. In this context, act as a conduit for directing our intentions and...
All right. Thought I'd share that. It's enough. We could play the whole video out, but you get my point. And let's see, all of this goes back to music, right? Rap music and being an MC. Most people don't even know what that means. Most people that rap don't even know what an MC is. They just call themselves rappers. I guess that was a reason behind changing the word from MC to rapper. But an MC is a master of ceremonies, right? And that's another spiritual association. A word that associates the spirit with. So it's all of these things that the music you hear is hypnotizing the minds, the words that you play. And now people say, man, it's just music. No, it's not, bro. Those words and that frequency that you're on is influencing you. And I think you should be conscious of it. Even if somebody's playing this in the background, bro, it influences you. Even somebody's watching a movie in the back room of the house, you're in the house with them sharing energy, you're watching that movie. You're watching that movie, and you're going to talk to that person about that movie, so you might as well watch it. They're going to put you on the exact same frequency that they're on. Or you can find someone that's talking about something positive. But you probably don't want to hear that because shit, that soil has been polluted. I guess, good morning. What could be good about morning? No, they don't mean it that way. They mean like morning. Of all the words to choose. Of all the words to choose. All right. Just like the days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, named after. It all goes back to the Greeks. Yeah, but it's things we need to teach, and that was stolen from our people. Yeah. Ones that look like you for a reason. And it's amazing. It's amazing because they didn't have any of these things before they were stolen. And now they control it and control the entire thinking of our people to the point where this just goes over their heads. They don't even want to hear it. The book of Eli, all over again. They stole that Bible. People couldn't read anymore, couldn't read for themselves. And he took over everything. And the power was just in the one source because they knew people wanted to worship. People wanted to learn. They had no way of doing it. So he who controls the text controls the times. There's a reason behind all these things. And then on top of that, they say you want to hide something from our people, put it in a book. When you say these things, you think people want to be lost, or have people been programmed to be lost? To listen to rappers, to listen to watch movies, to just did you see this? This man, did you see that? All a distraction, and you're being put under a spell. It's the reason why you can't. It's funny to me. It's just so, and it was the funny part about it, the sad part about it, that it's right in our faces. And we come and we ask each other what the hell is going on with some of the images that we're seeing that is being fed to you. They're not gonna feed you me. I already told y'all, I represent broccoli. They're gonna feed you smash and grab. And you eat it up. You love it. Think about it. What are they selling on every corner? Is it smoothies and salads, or is it McDonald's and Burger King? Is it a liquor store on every corner, or is it vitamin water shops on every corner? Yeah, think about it. So there's no way you're gonna get this. To get this will cost you a lot. Because most people that know these things are only gonna take advantage of you. And to be honest with you all, I know we get late in the show, coming up on our about me, I'm the damn fool for not many people that know these things feel like, right, why would you go and tell them that? Why not make money off of them? Why not start your own church or your own organization where you're acting like you're trying to help the kids and you just taking advantage of what they don't know, preying on the weak, what's been going on for decades, centuries. But you know, I'm still blaming the white man. Who do you think created that language? Who do you think chose that language? We damn sure didn't choose the language around here. People that look like myself. And who also hid the truth from you. And this, I'm telling you, it's a double-edged sword. You don't know, they hide the truth from you, right? And then the other white people who had no damn idea, they don't even know it. They're winning. So if they take off, you're just blaming us. Move on, it's 2023. Like, no, bro, you don't know shit. And this person has been kept in the dark. You have access to it. You don't know anything. So that just makes a perfect match to do what the hell I want to and control you all. But have a good morning. Oh yeah, Saturday, Saturn's Day. Oh. It's all of these things. You're worshiping. Oh man, it's a great Saturday. Yeah, the red planet. You're worshiping that. Who came up with that? Sunday. Did you ever wonder why Sunday is the day of worship? You're worshiping the sun, S-U-N. Because everything, if you go back to these ancient texts, they know the power of the sun. They know many things can't happen without the sun. And melanated people, we do well with the sun. Just thought it was just something to think about, man. So on every Sunday that you worship, you're worshiping the sun. There's the reason why it's a day of worship. We can get into it. But you know, I don't want to bore you too much. I know y'all want me to talk about Ja Morant, what he did, Ja Morant with the, That's how they get us. You know I support John. I watch all that too, but I understand what I'm watching. Right. Right. Great response. Right, to the satanic after school. That's, man, so much, bro. We're so distracted by things, man. I want to say this, though, about our youth before we get out of here. What happens when you fear nothing and all fears you? Because that's what we're seeing. The kids, the ones that they show us, that's not really our people, y'all. That's not our people. They want you to feel that way about your own because that's the agenda. But anyway, what happens when you fear nothing and all fears you? right? Complete chaos. Oh, there's some black kids. Oh, and the kids like, what you want to do? I've been playing Lil Durk in the car all day. I'm ready. I'm hypnotized. All I know is when I see you, I got the switch. And I ain't no bitch. Yeah, bro, you're hypnotized. Yeah, but if you can't even spell hypnotized, you never looked it up, then that grammar, the book of grammar has you. And like I said, leave it to the master of ceremonies to keep sacrificing all of these people. All of these, the master of ceremonies, the MCs, which I was an MC myself. So I understand these things. I still am. I still got the power to pick. Right. He said sugar's 10 times more addictive. Right, than cocoa and other drugs. Right, and they could use honey. They could use that. They want to use processed sugar to get you hooked. But like I said, all of this stuff is just preaching to the choir because many people that watch the mob already know, right? They already knew all of these things. Are you going to tell somebody? Are you just telling yourself? And I want to say this too. Like I always say, I'm talking to myself. You got to work on me. I think I make me strong, I make my community strong. And I suggest you do the same thing for whoever you represent, whatever cause you have, those who have like-minded, just like yourself. Strengthen yourself, make yourself stronger, and your movement ultimately becomes stronger. Like I said, we have to educate ourselves so we can educate our children. Take back control of our image, because I say take back control of our image because ain't no damn way you finna get rid of all crime. That's crazy. You think we one day when no melanated person commits a crime? Come on, y'all. But we can always take back control of the image. And that's what they have on us. Other cultures, every other culture has control of its image, but our own in this country. Take back control of our dollar. We could do that. Who gives a damn if somebody was stealing some cars or something? We had all control of those things. You are a meta-human. But yeah, doesn't matter if you don't know. The Sleeping Giants. I got so many show names coming, bro. That might be it. We are the Sleeping Giants. But it's time for us to wake up, to wake others up. And stop using these words that they're giving us. If we're going to use them, we got to know what they mean and keep reading and educating ourselves. Right. Let me show that before we get out of here. Right. Right. Cell phone got you trapped. That's why they call it a cell. It's just a tool, though. It's just a tool. Depends on how you use it. But yeah, been a great show, bro. I know we probably kind of start off a little slow, but I had to get the positive things out. It's Christmas season, and people are giving things away, doing great things in our community. It takes a village, man, but it takes a village that's educated on the video that I showed you. Teach the kids that. And watch the results in another 10 or 15 years. 10 or 15 years, man. Hopefully 10 or 15 days. Though. It won't even take them that long. They're receptive to it. Anyway, it's Memphis Over Bull live every Wednesday, 6 p.m. We'll be here with this. If you want to miss next week, I got some real good things. End of the year show. We're going to wrap up 2023, reflect back on things. And just like my boy Player Fly said, we're moving on. I see you week, Wednesday, 6 p.m., 1 hour. Give it to us. We are the mob. We out.